Testing of all human skeletal remains older than 12,000 years that has been done so far for our entire existence on this planet, we ate almost nothing but
But looking back now at the stable isotope studies, so firstly, for those who don't know, what is this that we talk about stable isotopes,
yeah,
and
okay.
how does that tell
Um,
us what we ate?
yes, all right. So when a an animal is alive, be that a human or any other animal, doesn't matter. When an animal
Hmm.
is alive, they will consume an amount of animal flesh and an amount of plant material. That's true of every animal on the planet. The ratios can be no plants at all animal stuff. They can be all plant stuff and no animal stuff in some species,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
Hmm.
The thing about that is that when you eat animal protein, you will be absorbing the heavier of two isotopes of nitrogen into your body and accumulating that nitrogen into your protein in your body. And if you're eating more plant material, then you'll be getting more of the lighter isotope, not the heavier. And these isotopes are stable in time. They don't degrade one across to the other. They're not radioactive in that way.
Right.
So they're called stable isotopes.
Right.
And it's just so happens fortuitously that there is a protein which we can find embedded within the long bones of human skeletal remains, and that this protein remains viable
Hmm.
for, as it turns out, many, many tens and in some cases over 100,000 years. They can still find this protein in bones that old. They can
Right.
still extract that protein and analyze its makeup in terms of those, the heavy versus the light version of nitrogen. And then
Right.
they can exactly pinpoint that animal's trophic level, i.e., how much animal material did that individual animal eat
Yeah.
versus how much plant, and give you a percentage, plus or minus 5.
Right. Right.
Okay. Testing of all human skeletal remains older than 12,000 years that has been done so far all agrees within a very, very small margin of error as to what the diet of human beings has been around the world.
Right.
Human beings, for our entire existence on this planet, up to 12,000 years ago, we ate almost nothing but the flesh and fat of animals.
Right.
There was very little plant material to speak of. And that which further analyses have showed that mostly the plant material that was taken in by humans back then was largely tubers
Hmm.
that were dug up, but not like sweet potato kumara today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that at all.
No.
We're talking stringy, root-like, tasteless, horrible. They had to boil these things for hours and hours and hours just to get them loosened up that they could even get them down their necks,
Yeah.
and rely on a small amount of, or a very, very small capacity the human digestive system has to host enough bacteria to do any kind of work to change that into anything useful. And then most of that was then just excreted untouched anyway.
Right.
We didn't have, other than maybe 2 weeks out of a year, any significant amount of fruit or any of that. And certainly none of the vegetables that you can go down the supermarket and buy today. They
Yeah.
didn't exist.
Yeah.
Those things. They're a human invention, every one of them.
Yeah.
Or at least something changed hugely from what it was in nature. So that's how all of that has come to pass, basically.
Yeah, and it makes sense too, because I mean, we've lived a lot of time throughout our evolution under ice ages. Am I right? Like a lot
Yep,
of that period
most
was
of it.
cold. So
Most of it.
where are we going to grow a lot of that vegetation? And yeah, yeah,
No, what we did is we became nomadic and we moved around following the herds of megafauna, and we picked those off and ate those.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen some cave paintings that had some salads and
Exactly.
some,
Yes.
Caesar salads.
Right beside the calculators.
Yeah.
Telling us we've hit our macros for the day, and all of that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I found really, to be quite solid as evidence.
There are a number of reasons to assert that human beings physiologically,
Okay.
not just physiologically, but also psychosocially and in every other way,
Yeah,
absolutely clear, obligate hypercarnivores.
yeah, yeah.
And anyone that tries to throw any argument to the contrary is welcome to throw it at me.
Hmm.
Perhaps in a live debate, if anyone has the gumption for that. It doesn't seem anyone does, though.
There you go, guys.
But you absolutely can bring those to the table, and I'll show you what's wrong with the assertions that you want to make within seconds, because that's what I do.
There you go, guys. Offers on the table.
It's carnivorous. It's clearly a carnivorous thing.
Yeah.